Some heavy lifts, at least listed lifts, in this heat in our Vision Fuels Victory athletes. Lane number 2, Morris Feibig.
Morris Feibig, an athlete with a listed back squat of 485, at least as a previous best. Now we're using this data as a reference point, of course. This is why we play the game. The numbers don't matter as much. You got to see what you can do on game day.
And Jorge Fernandez, who has a listed max of 495. The question is, will we see 500 pounds this weekend? Enrique Moriera. The attempt will be on the right. If you look at the bottom part of the lane, 445 to open things up.
Very nice there by Moriera. More vertical in his squat position, choosing the high bar method.
And one thing I want to keep an eye on the next time Moriera comes back up is that he tapped the straps at the bottom of his squat. Moritz with a listed max. Again, these are listed max we have. A lot of these athletes like to play little coy, little cat and mouse with what they put out as far as what we can see.
We're seeing some smooth as butter lift attempts going on right now. You'll notice a lot of these athletes just trying to prime their central nervous system, familiarize themselves with the load on the platform. And then we'll see some weight start to go up in these second and third attempts.
Toby Buckland at 445. Buckland does not have a listed max as Bronislav Olenkowicz.
Braun very intentional with setting his hips down and back. Really great squat mechanics there. He's setting himself up for some success with those later lifts, the way he mechanically executed there.
430-pound attempt for Peter Ellis.
You'll notice the signal go out. The hand comes forward as a good lift. Judges are looking for that the hip crease lowers clearly below the top of the knee. It was very clear in the standards the athletes have to go below, not too parallel, in order to have a successful lift.
Janikowski competing in his 10th CrossFit Games this weekend. Now, as far as the lift itself, it just must start before that 20-second time frame is up. Diego Lucis, we've got a last-minute invite with a backfill from the Far East Throwdown. 475 open here for Jorge Fernandez. Are you surprised to see some of these opening weights that we've seen?
This one right here surprises me. Now, we're hopeful to see well over 500 pounds for Jorge, but opening at 475 is a huge load of confidence, no pun intended, for him to hit that smooth.
475 is good for Jorge Fernandez. That is the heaviest weight we've seen put on the bar, as Bill Leahy opens up with 435. Now, Leahy has a listed max at 480, and that looks like no issue whatsoever.
Tremendous speed going the down and up there for Bill. A lot of times you want to control the initial portion of the descent and then use the stretch reflex, which means a little bit of that bounce out of the bottom of the squat.
435 attempt again for Isaac Newman. He will be your last lifter in this first heat. As the listed max of 485, that rep is good as the round one is done. And we'll go back to Enrique Moriera. And the question is how's that depth going to fare with the straps that he chose to have set?
And he's got to get out of the rack cleanly. Yeah, he has a little, almost like a stumble coming back. Good lift, and then clearly they made it the appropriate adjustment in the bottom.
And not uncommon we've seen when you are warming up in the back area and now you're being corralled. A lot of times the first round of any lift that we do seems to be the shakier, worse round. And in the second round, you see some clean lifts.
And what we're seeing is the adaptation of the central nervous system. These athletes now mechanically are more comfortable and confident out on the floor. Now it's time to get competition mode.
Feibig just hit 485 as Buckland gets set. That's Feibig's listed max. So some of these numbers we have might not be the same once we leave this event, as Buckland will hit. Next is Bronislav Olenkowicz. Attempt is at 470. His listed max was 441, so And Adrian, as you said, as he sets the hip back, another thing in setting the hips back is he's not tilting his pelvis to do it. He's sitting the hips back while keeping that low back intact.
That's right, yeah, he's doing a great job of it. It's a very traditional, more so into a powerlifting versus an Olympic weightlifting style of squat, but it's paying off right now for Big Braun.
Ellis.
Smooth for Peter Ellis.
Temp good at 440. Jonakoski. $450 on the bar for Koski.
Oh yeah, great job there by Yona to drive through the middle. That's the tricky part. The squat's gonna start to slow when you're at your threshold. That's a vet move by Yona to force his hips forward and keep it under the barbell.
445. And that'll be the first bail we see. You can see why we are squatting out of that safety rack. Now the athletes will have to break their bar down and set up themselves. We'll have plenty of time as Fernandez sets up for 490. Opened up with 475.
Now Jorge was pretty quick there. Have some patience on the way down here, Jorge. Good timing.
10 pounds away from potentially our first 500-pound squat for the day. Leahy hit 435. Now attempting 470.
Good lift there for Leahy.
460 on the bar for Newman.
Newman with a very vertical torso through his squat. He's got a long torso. Really helps him keep his hips directly underneath his shoulders throughout the full range there. It's
480 impressive for Enrique. This is his third and final attempt. This event is sponsored by Lu Zhangjun. That is the shoe that Enrique is wearing, and it pays off.
And that, my friend, is the heat of competition and the crowd coming to life.
530 on the bar. 50-pound jump for Moritz Fiebig. Oh, get it!
What a jump.
What a jump. Good jump that he took from round 1 to round 2.
Hey, that's what we came to see, though. You'd love to see it. You'd love to see it.
485 for Toby Buckland. Now, Lu Zhangjun is not just the shoe or the name brand. That is the name of one of the best Olympic athletes to ever compete in the sport. And there's a bit more on the line. If you use the shoes, the athletes will get 500. If you win the event, you get another 3,000.
There it is. 500 for Big Braun.
And score one on the board for Bronislav Olejkiewicz. 500 pounds. Peter Ellis, he'll get his lift.
Great clean lift there by Ellis. Very structured and strategic there. Still smooth. He had plenty in the tank.
465 attempt for Jonakoski's third and final lift.
Now right out of the bottom, he's got to start to drive his hips forward as he presses through the bar. Not in time. Not in time.
Lift is good for Thiago. 505, and this will be for the event lead for Jorge Fernandez. He went 475, 490. Can he get another 15 here? Adrian, do you feel like he got a little shy at the very bottom, not bouncing out like he did for the 490?
A little shy. Yeah, you really got to fight to maximize that stretch reflex, Chase. You want to use muscle, but if you can get some assistance from the joints and tendons, Ooh. Just like Bill Leahy did right there on that repetition. It goes a long way.
485 is good for Bill Leahy. That's good enough for a third in the heat, tied 3 ways with Toby Buckland and Moritz Fiebig.
Newman, watch how tall, look at how tall he keeps his chest. And that is one of the hardest aspects. When you can have the unique ability to stay vertical through a squat, you've got to brace tremendously firm. You got to rely on that belt, press your belly into that belt. And Newman just came up just shy.
Opening at 535 pounds. Colton Mertens is going to try to kick this max lift off with a bang. I thought Mike Arsenault was being ridiculous.
I thought Mike was being sarcastic.
Yeah, could we see a 6? I'm like, yeah, maybe in the middle of the 3 numbers, but not the first one.
Not to mention Mr. Captain Jack Rosema opening at 500 pounds also.
Oh,
come on.
Okay. I'm starting to get some 2021 Mac heavy snatch 300-pound vibes here. 3 back-to-back attempts at 500 plus.
Wow, beautiful squat.
515. What is happening? Listen, Colin, I'm sorry you have to go after those 3. It's like going after the smart kids in the class project. I'm like, can I have just gone first, please?
That's right. Boss hard. Handle your business, though.
420 is still wildly impressive.
That's
keep
right.
It up. Yeah, keep it up.
And the battle is for overall points, and we can't ever forget that. These guys are trying to concern themselves with their best overall placement, regardless of what all these other behemoths are out there putting on the barbell.
Enrico Zanoni settling up for his first attempt.
Great lift there for Enrico. Great job bracing and staying firm throughout that squat.
425 opening lift for Callum Clemens.
A little bit more of a low bar back squat here for Clemens. Low on his traps, his bum's gonna go further back. Chest will drop forward. Still clean execution. Again, this is all about the athletes knowing their style of squat that maximizes their output.
Just mentioned low bar as Ty Jenkins settles in for 450. What's the advantage or disadvantage there between high bar and low bar?
Often we see athletes with a little bit of a shorter trunk, longer legs go low bar. It's going to help them minimize the distance traveled. Put more of the strain chase on the back side of your body, a little less on the front side of your body.
Ty will hit 450 as Chris Ibarra settles in for 430. That's good for Chris Ibarra. Do not be confused by the numbers you see at the top of your screen. This is still the first round of 3 in this max back squat event.
Magda, a young athlete with also a big 1-rep max lift. We hadn't seen him hit a max in many years, but he knows he's going to prime himself for something heavy today.
Also rocking that thick leather weight belt that usually are reserved for powerlifting gyms as Austin Hatfield puts on 500 for his first attempt. That is good for Hatfield. 4 500-pound back squats in the first round as Mertens loads up 555, which is, as far as we know, the heaviest lift he's ever done for one.
It's going to take a second to brace. Big deep breath here.
$555 is good for Mertens.
Jack Rosema was laughing as he strapped up his belt.
515 for Jack Rosema.
That'll fight. Finish. Nice job there by Jack. Wow. What a fight there to fight to get his hips under the load. And again, that's what we're going to see, folks, as we watch these athletes struggle. They got to get their hips forward in order to avoid failing.
Nick Matthews with 535. $435 on the bar.
Chase, they've run 6 miles. They've done 60 deadlifts at 350. I mean, these guys, what they're showing is phenomenal.
Enrico Zanoni waiting for his turn as Bosshard gets his second lift. 4:35 for Zanoni.
You even noticed a bit of a hip shift to the right there from Zanoni. Could be bothered by something on his left, could have a natural imbalance of weakness. If you train in an affiliate and go through a heavy day, sometimes you notice that about your own movement. Got to stay square in order to win under those heavy loads.
Clemens got 425. This attempt is 20 pounds more at 45. And it'll count.
He was feeling good about that when he gave us that extra pause and grimace at the top.
Ty Jenkins going for 470. Jenkins will not get that.
3, 2, 1.
Chris Ibarra loading up for 450.
Based on what we saw from Ibarra, this is a solid jump, but 20 pounds was doable with his bar speed. Got to get forward. Not happening. And this is where you start to wonder, Chase, is this the accumulation effect? Are these guys overshooting themselves in their second lift because they feel good, but then they realize that fatigue is starting to catch up?
Tudor Magnus jumping 30 pounds from 460. This attempt is for 490. Austin Hatfield has made a 25-pound jump from 500 to 525.
As Austin Hatfield might say himself, if you ain't first, you're last. That's his mindset going into a lot of these. Not today.
Now, decision to make for Austin Hatfield as Colton Mertens is putting on 5.
I was waiting to see 575, to be honest. With the way that moved, I'm not surprised. Let's get it.
And the Iron Hog smashes 570 pounds.
Great shot of his coach there.
Rolls him up for 520. 555 for Nick Matthew.
He got it. Great lift there by Nick. Way to stay the course. When the bar starts to slow that much, it's very easy to want to just back away and let it go. He fought through and got a huge lift there at 555.
Bosshard up for 465. Enrico Zanoni going for 440, missed his previous attempt.
Zanoni's got to stay firm out of the hole. He gets a good bounce. Got to keep it.
Still has his successful first lift. 10-pound increase for Callum Clements. 455.
This lift, if he wants to make it, it's going to take some time. He's got to be willing to fight. He's got this low bar approach where his hips are back, less forward. And so he's going to use a little bit more musculature to stand it up. He's got to fight. He does. Wow.
And Clemens is happy about that one. Now, Ty went for 470, has now dropped down to 460. Previous best was 450, and the extra 10 pounds are good.
Great execution there by the rookie.
Another 450 attempt for Ibarra. Missed his first shot on the second round.
Wow.
450 is good.
Nice Nice job there by Ibarra. Gosh, I'd like to see Tudor slow down his tempo a little bit on the way down, right? And there's a part of this where you have to balance, Chase, in training, the practice of maxing out. It's a valid skill that has to be exercised.
Austin Hatfield going for 5:15. He missed 5:25 on his second attempt. 5:15 is good and good enough.
That'll be a separator. That's a mature decision there when you're maxing out. Could have easily gone for another one right there at that opening lift, or that second attempt, but I like that choice.
570 is the new weight to beat. And that's just a lot of man who was wearing the leader jersey coming in this morning, lost it in the individual event number 4, but only a few points behind. And he has himself a pretty heavy 1-rep max squat himself. Jay Crouch, who in his interview said, Dave must have been watching my Instagram lately because these events post up very well for me. Kalian Souza, second place finish in event number 4, finds himself inside the top 10.
Souza with a great lift there. He's a tall drink of water now. He's not a short guy, so he's got a long distance to travel to get to that below parallel position, and had some great positions on his way down and up.
Dallin Pepper opens with 470.
Pepper here, more of a low bar back squat approach, lower down on his traps, sends his hips down and back, clean as can be at 470.
Your 2024 CrossFit Games champion, James Sprague, opening up with 440.
James always getting that bar as low as he possibly can on his traps here. 440 is a great opening lift for him. Strength, something that he's been working at tremendously.
Harry Lightfoot sitting in 7th overall after 4 events. Opening attempt at 445.
Great lift there for Harry, no hesitation, great timing. Again, from a timing perspective, we're looking at the hips down and back with control at the top, and then a faster stretch reflex out of the bottom. We'll see what Roman chooses here.
Roman Krennikov, 6th overall. 475 is his opening weight. And that's good for Roman as he's leaning on the crowd to get him through this max lift. Justin Medeiros, looking in championship form, opens with 470.
Smooth opener there for Justin. Again, mechanically, watch the way he gets the bar in and out of the rack. It's routine for him. He dials in the details.
Ricky Garrard, 4 points out of a podium position. Jeff Adler, your 2023 CrossFit Games champion. 3 previous champions in this 3rd and final heat for the men. 3 podium finishers in this final heat for the men.
Strong lift at 445 there for Adler.
Jason Hopper sitting in 2nd. 485. 45 is good.
Yeah, that's a great opener at 485 for Hopper.
Jay Crouch wearing the white leader jersey for the first time in his career after his first career event win in individual event number 4. Got to be good at 445, and round 1 is done. Back to Kalian Souza.
And this is where the competition really comes to life. Everybody being a bit conservative with their openers, and now we'll start to see either what they have potential to stretch to, or if they're going to make this their best lift here at attempt 2.
415 is good. We still have Merton's best weight of 570. has the best lift as Dallin Pepper settles in for 495.
Got it. Great lift there by Pepper. Low bar approach, butt down and backs. It helps him stay firm through his midline too. You use this low bar approach just like we're gonna see from Sprague here. It helps you stay very firm through your mid back as you squat down and up.
Sprague will get 455. It's not the heaviest weight we've seen, but that is a good weight for James Sprague. 465 on the bar for Lightfoot.
Lightfoot had a pretty squat on the first one. He's got that medium approach, not too high on his shoulders. Smooth tempo down, control on the way up. I mean, it looks like there's a lot left in the tank there for Harry.
We've got 5 lifts over 500 pounds as Roman sets up for 485. $45 is good for Roman. 490 on the bar for Justin Medeiros. Open with 470.
Got it. Great control there for Justin. Again, routine. Ricky calling for the assistance from the crowd here.
455 on the bar for Ricky Garrard.
Wow. Know your squat is huge. I mean, look at the control Ricky goes down with and is still able to render that great stretch reflex out of the bottom to pop him right up.
475 for Jeff Adler. And he'll,
It looked like he had it, Chase. I wonder if he almost got a little lightheaded there, because he was really close to coming out of that sticky part of the squat, and his eyes looked a little lost as he bailed that lift.
And here we go. Our first 500-pound attempt for heat number 3, and it belongs to Jason Hopper. Hopper will get it.
Great lift, Jason Hopper.
Jay Crouch asking for a little help from the crowd. Putting on 485.
Big jump here for Jay.
He knows he's only 12 points ahead of Jason Hopper, so he has to stay close. He's got to get this.
Got to fight. Wow.
2 rounds done. We've got 2 485s on the bars. Callie and Souza sets up for 425. Roman hit 485. Crouch 485. Medeiros 490. Pepper 495. And with Hopper hitting 500, that's 6 guys at 500 or more. This 5-pound jump would put Dallin into that 5th place position. So Dallin's gonna keep 495. James Sprague. This is a big lift for James, just to stay in contention with a long weekend left to go.
Wow.
And that's big for Sprague. And he knows it. And for James, the rest of the weekend's gonna be wide open. 485 in the bar for Lightfoot.
Oh, and Harry knows.
More there.
Yeah, there's more there. He's celebrating that. He's probably had some great strength progress through the summer in training, because there's some poundage left, and that's a pleasant surprise for an athlete.
Roman hit 485. 495 on the bar for Roman.
You want to talk about fight. He saw that one all the way through till he couldn't anymore.
This is big for Medeiros. He's sitting in 5th place overall.
He got it.
Justin is doing Justin things. 505 for Justin Medeiros. 465 for Ricky. If he gets this, and that'll put him outside the top 20. Adler with another attempt at 470. 2 more lifters to go, and they're sitting on top of the leaderboard as Jason Hopper throws on 505.
Yep. Needs it.
505 is tied for 5th at the moment, and it's just Medeiros that holds that spot, and Medeiros will have it alone.
3, 2, 1.
Huge for Crouch here.
If he can get this, he may be able to hold on to this jersey for another event. 495. And he's not gonna get it, and that'll put him at 485. And Justin Medeiros wins the heats.